Good morning, guys. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. If you celebrate Thanksgiving, I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving weekend with family or friends, or just enjoyed things by yourself if that's how it ended up. But I had a wonderful weekend. A little bit of sick of turkey leftovers already. So today we're going to finish that up, and then what doesn't get used is going to go in the freezer. But today I wanted to talk about a few things. Today's video is even a little late because I just enjoyed the weekend. Saturday I got rid of or put up all the fall things. I was going to do just a quick clean, and I ended up doing a really big clean, only because when the Christmas decorations come out, it's not as easy to get into all those nooks and crannies, and it's just more difficult, plus the time doing things, shopping or spending time with friends or family or just events. So I decided to do a really big clean, got everything put away. It's a little bare looking right now, and then I'll get the Christmas decorations out this week. So, and then yesterday had a wonderful brunch with my sister and some friends. We try to get together monthly, and we just catch up. We force ourselves to do it because everyone is so busy. And it's nice just to sit with some friends. My sister's my best friend, so it's just nice to sit and just enjoy food and a beverage if that's how it ends up, or and just catching up and sharing stories. And nice thing about this group of friends is we've known each other our whole lives, so we know who people are, and if we don't, then they'll catch us up too. So because we did take some time apart in our lives just to raise our families, and sometimes that takes you in different directions even though you're local. Anyways, so today's video is going to be, I'm going to switch you around and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do, and then we'll talk about a few other things. So today I'm going to clean up the porch. We had really high winds last week, in the gust of 40s. So there's dust everywhere. So I'm going to get this table dusted off. I'm going to get those Christmas pillow covers I bought last week at the thrift store. I'm going to get those replaced. And some friends of mine gave me this little side table. Super cute. Oh, I wanted to tell you real quick, as I've learned about these on Instagram. I'm not sponsored. I bought these with my own money. But it's called Molly's Marvelous Cloths. And they're just these, almost feel like a really lightweight chamois, but you just get them wet, wring them out really well. I did learn that. And you don't have to use any chemicals. So, I mean, I do use glass cleaner and such, but with this, it can just go from one surface to the other, and there is literally no streaks. So I will try to link them down below, but if not, there's the information. It's what it looks like. Yeah, 4 come in a pack. They're pretty big. I mean, it's pretty big cloth. Yeah, I used one and washed it, and it's hanging out to dry now. I think I got those off of Amazon. I want to say $14. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'll link them down below. Again, not sponsored. So, and you just saw earlier, I was making me an eggnog latte. I was watching one of my favorite YouTubers this morning, and she made one, and I thought, that sounds pretty darn good. And I'm going outside where it's going to be cold, so that's what I'm going to make. Anyways, I'm just going to get the porch dusted off. The windows aren't due for an outside clean yet. I tried to do it after winter, but I am going to get kind of the cobwebs down. So I'm going to work on that. And then another big thing I'm going to talk about is water. Just because we're in winter and it's cooler weather doesn't mean things don't need to be watered if they're not getting watered by rain. We haven't had rain in 3 weeks now, over 3 weeks. And everything that's on timers for us, I think I have them go off every three days. And I want to say about maybe 15 minutes or so, just to keep the root balls wet. The lawn today, I am going to get it mowed probably this afternoon and get it fertilized. And then I'm not going to run our sprinkler system, but I am going to I'm going to hand water with a regular sprinkler like in, I don't know, 10-minute sections, just so I can get it done before dark. So I'm going to work on that. I'm going to water all of the new plantings that I've did over the last month or so. Do a little bit of garden cleanup. I'm pretty good on that. I still have one area that I just haven't tackled, and I'm hoping to get to it this week. Those east side irises, I'm still not, just when you procrastinate because you really just don't want to do it, but you know it needs to be done and you're the only one that's going to do it. Well, that's where I'm at. So those west side irises or east side irises should have been pruned in October, and here we are, end of November, beginning of December. So anyways, that area is just so much weeds, and it was frustrating because of the weed barrier that went down, the mulch on top of that, and some of our weeds just found a way anyway. So it's just been a little frustrating, but I do need to get it after it. So with that, I am going to get after it, and then I have a few things I want to show later on that I'm going to work on this evening. Usually Mondays is my house cleaning day, and since I did it on Saturday, it's freeing me up to, I'm going to start wrapping gifts, and there's a few craft things that I want to work on. A few of them are DIYs from those wreaths that I got at the thrift store, and I think there was one I wanted to work on. Now it's eluded me. But anyways, I do want to get started on that, on those little wreaths. So I'm just going to get after it, and I will talk to you soon. So don't go too far. Oh, and if you haven't caught up on all of my videos, I think I have 11, and I think I have 3 shorts. Go check those out, and hit the subscribe button, like the videos, comment, share, do all that good stuff. I do have a goal that I want to meet by the end of December. Not sure it's going to happen, but you know what, that's okay. This is a slow process that I'm just learning along the way also. And hold on, I'm going to turn it around, make it a little bit more personal. Oh, he didn't get to go to work with Dad today, so he's not too happy about it. Hold on. Anyways, as I was saying, I do have a small goal that I want to meet on YouTube, and but it's okay. I'm not getting frustrated. It was never meant to get huge anyways. I do want to reach more people, because I think then the chances of someone being inspired by something, I mean, every single YouTube video I watch, I am inspired to do something or to learn something. So that's what my goal is to reach someone, to inspire them to do something or try something. Do I want to get bigger? Sure. I mean, I do. But well, that'll happen when it happens. So it'll teach me, I've gotten some friendly advice along the way. Sometimes people who know me might think that I'm sounding sad or just a little and it's not. First of all, I consider this kind of a new endeavor or a project for me, and it's because it was on my heart to do it. So it does make me emotional to discuss it, because I do want to reach people. We have all these platforms at our disposal, for good or bad. And a lot of people, I mean, there's some YouTube videos I watch or shorts, and I just go, what on earth? What are they trying to tell me, or what are they trying to tell the person? Or, I don't know. I'm still trying to get something out of them, because I do take time to watch them. It's also taught me to watch videos all the way through too, because watching or researching the analytics of my own, I see, yes, my videos are long. The shorts do take or get the most view, but I also think there's people that do want to see it all, and that's why I try to put a lot in the title, so that you know what's all in that video, instead of just one thing and then talking about others and you don't even know that's in there because you haven't watched the 20 minutes or 30 minutes. So, but sorry, I got a little emotional there, but this is a really big project for me. It's out of my comfort zone. Yes, I'm a talker. I'm an extrovert. I'm a go-getter. No nonsense. But But that doesn't mean that what I'm trying to do or convey isn't, if I were to walk up to a group of people that just didn't know how to do anything, I didn't know how to do a lot of this either. I'm really good at instincts. When I research things, somehow it gets into my brain that I know how to do it. It's hard to explain. I don't have trouble starting things if I don't know how to do them. That's why I try to research a ton ahead of time, whether it's reading or watching. But if I were to walk up to a group of people who know absolutely nothing and they're just like, where do I start? You just start having conversations. What do you want to accomplish? What are your goals? Those types of things. And then you start troubleshooting. If you're in with a group of people, you kind of talk through it together. What are your experiences? What have you tried? What has failed? To me, it's just going to sound really weird, but the more failures I have, the more I learn. And yes, failures are frustrating. Cannot grow green beans to put on the shelf. It's just, and this year I wanted to can green beans for our pantry shelves, and it just didn't happen. Or they were $5 a pound. I'm not doing that. And then buying them in the store, I guess I could, but it just became very frustrating for me, so I didn't do it. And the one year I would have had enough green beans, I could have probably canned for 2 years. They ended up being infested with black aphids. I mean infested. It was like dripping. It was so disgusting and so discouraging. It actually went completely over the arch that's in the garden. Completely. It was beautiful, except for it was dripping in black aphids. Even taking it down, which I had to take it to burn, because I didn't want those left around, is, they were falling in my hair and on my face and just landing. It was so gross. And almost same with Brussels sprouts. Last year we would have had a great crop of Brussels sprouts, but it got warm too fast. And here I tried everything to keep the aphids off of there. One plant did become a host plant and I left it. But the aphids, they're an aphid attractant. But then it got too warm and then they started to bolt before the Brussels sprouts developed. I've also watched on how pruning Brussels sprouts. Some do it right from the beginning. Some wait and do it until they're almost fully formed to give them room, to grow. So it's all those failures. They are frustrating as heck at the time. Don't get me wrong. They are frustrating, but I just keep trying. And that's what I want to convey to people is just keep trying. Do not give up. It's so easy to give up. And every year I say I'm not going to do Brussels sprouts, and there's I think 6 of them in there now. So I'm just going to keep doing it, because one of these years, and I have the room for it, one of these years, they're going to grow. And I'm going to have that, aha, this is what I did right. And then hopefully from there on out, I'm not counting pest pressure, I'll be able to grow them successfully. But it's taken me 3 seasons now for them to not grow. And the same with green beans. People say green beans are the easiest. Oh, hold on, I have a dog taken off. Okay, he's not supposed to be out and about, so I had to get him back. So anyways, that would be just my advice to them if I was to walk up to a group of people. And that's what I consider this channel being, is talking to a group of people. I might not be face to face with you personally, but it's still face to face with you. And if you can hear or see something I'm doing that you've tried a million times and didn't work, but I do it a little bit differently, you're like, I'm going to try that this year. And if it ends up working, awesome. If not, you still learned something from that failure. So just keep that in mind. Successes are awesome. Don't get me wrong. They are amazing. But I think Jessica Soward's on Roots and Refuge Farm, turn your waiting room into a classroom. So we need to all practice that and try just to learn the best we can. Anyways, I'm long-winded, as you can already tell, it's just use these platforms for the good, whether it's Instagram. I don't do Facebook anymore. I haven't for a few years. I do Snapchat with my family, but here and then Instagram. And it's so hard to get wrapped in all that. But anyway, so I'm going to put this down and get after those few things, and I'll come back in a little bit. So hang tight. This turned out super cute. Pillow covers, guys. That's where it's at. I just took those fall ones, and because they weren't, they didn't have covers, they were just actual pillows. So that was $4 right there. Looks super cute. And the colors are muted. I hope they show up, because those are exactly the colors that are on the screen. Really pretty. Real quick, here's a little cleaning tip for you. Is, I'm sure most people know this, but some people might not and go, oh my gosh, is when you're dusting something that's really, really dusty, you know, covered in dirt, whatever, is use something dry to get off most of the dust and debris, and that way you're not just dragging dirt that you have to turn around and clean off, and now it's a bigger mess. But so I already dampened this one cloth, and I'm just gonna there, see, there's only a little bit left on there. And I mean, this is what we use for outside, so I'm not sitting out here as often anymore because it is cold. But I mean, cold for me. Some areas you're like, really, you have no idea what cold is. But for our area, we're only used to a certain temperature, so it is cold. So yeah, no streaks. I like it. That's a little bit of a mar from this year. The winds knocked this over and it got scraped on something. So it survived. It's got dinged up, but it survived the winds. Right now we just don't have the storage to put these away, so we try to prop them up to where they don't get damaged or go through that window. Yeah, it's what, 40, 48, and I'm on the north porch, so there's no direct sun right here, and there's a little bit of a breeze, but it's not too bad. I do have my jacket on, but I think once I get going, I'll end up taking my jacket off. But like I said, I know that's not cold to some. Some you wish it was 48. Some who live in really, really, really hot all the time, that is a little chilly, but I'll take it. But what I'm doing is, with that rain, we did have a chance to fill our rain barrels. So I've been using that to fill my water canteen, and so now it's a 55-gallon one. And yes, we can harvest rainwater where we live. Some places you cannot, so do your research on if you can or cannot harvest rainwater, or if you choose to do it one way or another. But so I sprayed for the weeds the other day, because that little bit of rain, they're gonna go crazy. But my jasmine is crazy town. So I need to get it attached to this trellis. It's finally kind of creeping up here. My aunt, she saw that I had only planted one right there, and she said, no, I think you need to plant a couple more so it gets full. So I planted 2 more last year, so it's filling in pretty good. And then when it does get full to the top, I'll prune it, I'll cap it off. But I built that I built that, I think it was a couple years ago, and the hopes is that it'll, not that we have visitors, but we can store like our stuff over here and provide a little bit of shade too. But yeah, some of these plants, now these salvias, they're annual in a lot of places, but for us, if we keep them watered, they are perennial. And see right there, there's new growth. So I'm going to get this, I might just leave it for right now, but I'm going to cut it back. Same with the other one. And watering can's full. So yeah, I just thought I would show that to you. Just like I said, giving everything a little bit of a drink of water. And I've borrowed soil out of here as I have projects, so I need to get it topped off again. But anyways, guys, this video is getting long, and that was not my intent. So I'm gonna really shut it off for now, and then I'll kind of do a little recap at the end of the stuff I got done. I had to get out the little girl's Christmas sweater. Oh, she's not liking that business. Oh, she's so cute. Lewis, I'm not getting you a Christmas sweater. You want a dude red jacket? Don't think you need one. So cute. Hello again. So I just set up a bunch of craft stuff. I got those wreaths out. I took apart that one wreath. I saved all the goodies except for that little teddy bear. I tossed him and he wasn't, I won't use him in anything like that. So, and he had a bunch of glue stuck to him. So, bowl of the mini pine cones, some faux greenery and the little red berries, container ribbon, some little fairy lights, battery operated, glue stick. So I'm just gonna get after it a little bit. Oh, I have these as little, you know, decor to maybe do there. I just kind of play around with it and see where I end up. So I'll show you some progress. So I have the camera set up here. I'm gonna try a time lapse. So hopefully it turns out. So stay with me. Okay, so this is what I've gotten done so far. That looks a little wonky. Looks like it needs one more, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some things right here. So what I do is I just fill in with these little pine cones. And then I just see where they need to go. And then I'm going to see about hanging that little guy with the stuff that I'm going to put on here. I might do a bow here. That's why I left that kind of there, because I want this to be this side of it. So you'll see. One thing I do when I'm picking Christmas ribbon to go on a wreath is what's on the little decoration that's going with this. So since it says Merry Christmas here, it says Merry Christmas on here, I'm not going to use this. So what I'm going to try to do is find a piece of burlap. Uses my bow that doesn't say anything on it. Okay, what I went and did was I just went to my scrap bag and just got out some scraps of material to where I can either make like a little rustic little bow. Here's some red and white polka dot. And then I also have a ton of burlap. So I'm gonna see what works best and go from there. It's just a process. You just have to have time just to sit and kind of piddle with it and see what works. Here's another option that I could do also, is attach this little sign to the front of it and still add the little bow or something here, or just more bigger pine cones, and then kind of call it good. So like I said, you just have to get out your supplies and just kind of mess with it until it's something you like. Even if you're giving away as a gift, at least you've made it and it's something that you like. And sometimes when I'm making things, I keep in mind the people that I might be giving them to, and that's how I make things. But it's usually how I like them, and then go from there. So I'm just going to mess with it a little bit, and then I'll show you when it's done. That way I don't take too much time. So what I did here, and I didn't film it, was because I didn't know how it was going to turn out, but this is just the base or the start of a little bow. Burlap unravels, as you know. So it's all picking of it. But I'm gonna actually add this to, I'm gonna make some more. So I just wanted to show you. Like I said, I didn't time lapse it, but because I don't know how it's gonna go. but I might do that on I might finish it on time lapse so you can just see the process. Okay, that took a lot of trial and error, holy smokes. But I finally got it to stay on there where I wanted it. The bow is now a little janky. I ended up just tying it where I wanted it, and because I had hot glued it, the twine has a little bit more, it kind of sticks to each other now. So anyways, that was a little bit of trial and error, and it kind of just proves I have never had problems with wreaths, ever. I mean, ever. So, of course, with one that I'm filming, I have troubles with, and then there's a fly in here, so I need to take care of that. But anyways, guys, I'm going to add a few more pine cones and then call this one good, and then I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video. So I just wanted you guys to see a fun little DIY. What I ended up getting done outside, I don't really need to show, is I was pruning some flowers on the west side. I did get the lawn mowed and fertilized. I used Scott's fall and winterizer fertilizer and applied it how the package said, and just got some watering done. So, oh, and I did get some turkey stock going from I saved the carcass from the turkey. That night I took all the meat off of it and just put the little bits of meat in a bag, and then the carcass with the roasted neck and that type of stuff, and then bones that I took meat off of, those all went in there. And I'm going to cook that for about 24 hours. No, tomorrow night, so that'll be 36 hours. I'm going to put the veggies in and then cook those till the following morning. I'll shut it off, let it cool down, and then when I come home, I will strain everything off, put it in the refrigerator, and I'll show you all this too, everybody. A lot of people know how to make bone broth, but some people don't, so I will show the process. So you already know how to do it, then just skip over this part. But what I'll do is let it cool in the refrigerator. I'll skim off that fat from the turkey stock. It's actually gonna be turkey bone broth because of how long it's cooked, and it's with the bones and all the good stuff. And then once I take the fat off of it, then I can pressure can it. And I'm hoping to get 3 quarts. I wish I had a full canner. I'm trying to figure out how I could do that between now and then because I do work this week and I don't have 2 crock pots. But I did buy a big 18-quart roasting oven. So I might get some beef bones out and get those started too, so that I get a full canner. Anyways, so I'm hoping this isn't going to be that long and boring and you guys got something out of it. They are a little hodgepodgey, but that's just how my days are. So it's almost kind of like a day in the life type of thing. I just do a bunch of domestic stuff. I work out in the yard. I cook, I craft, I clean, I work in the yard. I work on projects. I should have been painting today because the wind ended up dying down, but for the boards to get started on the greenhouse. But I will hopefully get those done tomorrow. Gene, my husband, is still planting, so he's not even able to help me with the greenhouse yet until he's done planting. So I guess I could get started, but I'd like the post to be, I like him to help me with the post. So, and then I can get walls up and show you that process when it gets going. But anyways, I hope you learned something from this, and please remember to always be kind and to do what makes you happy. I will see you next week, and thanks again for watching my videos. I appreciate it.